So we're here with building your networking and elevator pitch skills with Oscar Chavez, and let me go through my slides. I will do a very brief speaker introduction and then ship upcoming events. And then Oscar will take it over to do his presentation. And then at the end, there will be a Q&A. And also, don't leave this meeting, because at the end, we have a QR code for you to tell us what you thought about this presentation so you can get great prizes. So thank you. So, Oscar Chavez was born and raised in Tijuana, Mexico, and he has a bachelor's degree in accounting from the Universidad Autónoma de Baja California, or Baja California State College, and he was in the class of 2009. He started his professional career working at Ernst & Young in Detroit. 2 years later, he moved to a couple of other manufacturing companies in temporary assignments until he joined Eaton with the finance organization. Working with Eaton, which is a worldwide company who has given him the opportunity to grow and learn from different countries and cultures, in 2017, he decided to move from his home country, Mexico, to the U.S. to work as a financial analyst in Irvine, California, for the aerospace group later, and on a as a plant controller in Glenondale, Pennsylvania. Lastly, Beechwood, Ohio, where he is now a specialist in corporate acquisitions and diversity tour accounting group. I want for you all to welcome Oscar Chavez. Before I leave you, please know that if you are not registered yet for our national convention, it will be in Salt Lake City, Utah, November 1st to the 5th. And please register for it right now so that you can enjoy. There are going to be more than 300 companies in the exhibitor floor giving interview for jobs right there. And also, if you want to continue your education, there are going to be 20 plus or 30 plus schools there to help you how to attain that. So this is a slide that I'm going to show before we leave today so that you can win great prizes. And questions, please put in the chat. Thank you for joining us. I am stopping my share, and Oscar, take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anna. So give me just a second. I'll share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Yep. Can you guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Yeah. Great. So I appreciate, everybody taking the time.
Oscar, hold on. It has not shown yet. I don't see it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me try again. Here you go.
Not seeing it yet.
I'll give it a minute.
Oh.
Here, my side is telling me that it's sharing. I don't know if everyone can see it.
I cannot see it.
Do you mind if you pull the deck?
Hold on for just a minute, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry for this. Sorry for this. I am bringing it up right now in my computer and make sure that then I can share it. Okay. Let me download it really quickly. Sorry for this. You send it to me in a PDF, I hope that I can share with all of you.
Yeah, let me do one more try. Give me 1 second. It's probably the monitor that I was using. Let me know if you can see it right now.
Not yet.
Nope.
No.
Okay. So I'll stop sharing then. Give me a
Okay.
second.
Give me just a second. I am trying to download it to. Sorry for this, wonderful students.
And
Okay, I am going to my downloads. Here it is, the PDF, and I will share the PDF with all of you. Okay, here we go. It is right here. And let me share my screen. Give me just a moment.
And then like on Tuesday, we're gonna do some.
Can you see it?
yes, I can see it.
Awesome. Okay, so I cannot see the screen. So let's
Yeah. I was just gonna say, if you don't mind, if you can just close the all tools in the left side, and so I get a little bit more space here.
Yep.
There you go. That's great. Thank you so much, Anna. So, hello everyone. I mean, I appreciate dialing into this meeting. I hope it's a good opportunity for me to talk a little bit about networking and also what means like utilizing and or building your elevator speech. So starting a little bit just to give you some background about me. So I'm Oscar Chavez. As Anna was introducing a little bit of myself, I've been working for Eaton around 11 years or so. During this time, I've been part of the finance organization, and I had the opportunity to be in a couple of different roles and also in different cities. I started back in Tijuana. I actually born and raised there, Tijuana, Mexico, and I went to college there. But after a couple of years working first in audit, then in the manufacturing side, I decided to pursue the opportunity and move to the States and be, the first generation of immigrants in this country, which it's been an awesome experience. I've been learning a lot, and actually, I mean, through this past Hispanic Heritage Month, it's been great. Like just to see celebrations and all the great things that we have to offer as Latinos here in the community. So I'm happy to be here, and hopefully this is a good opportunity to share a little bit about my learning through this journey. So just going to the next slide, Anna, if you mind, you can scroll down. Yeah, so this is a little bit about me, more personal. We're a family of five. I have my daughter, my son, daughter Jimena, Hector, my wife Marcela, and my little puppy Ali, which came to our family last year. You can see in the middle some pictures of Tijuana for those that doesn't know. So it's a border with San Diego. We basically have an awesome beach that it's in the Pacific Ocean side, and it's just a great city and great food. And also some hobbies. I mean, personal, Latino soccer. It's in my blood. I cannot say anything different there. I like to play. I like music. I like to play my guitar and have some. I like the business like books that I have some of them and just read them and get some good learning experiences. So now getting into the topic, I'm going to start with networking. And this is a great topic. I like to talk about this because for us, I mean, it's very important that early in our career, we start networking with people. I think that it's a good way like to make connections, even I mean make friends, but we also help you to develop and improve your skill set on stay in this latest topics, what's happening in the industry, what's happening like even at but if you think it back like when you were at school, like how are like classes going, what kind of market do I want to get in when I graduate, and start like picking or taking those decisions, important decisions that will affect in your career in the future. So as better or as sooner you start, it's better, and it actually gives you a lot of opportunity to also find the people that in the future can help you to grow and start establishing your career. So I mean, if I take a couple of quotes, I was trying to look in internet and people that I follow, and one of the things that I like, and it's a comment that former CEO of Apple, Steve Jobs, said, is he was talking about technology is nothing. It's what's important is that you have a faith in people, that they're basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they will do wonderful things with them. Okay, think about that. How important is work with people? Okay, the second one is the unwritten role of success in business is who you really impact what you know. So for those that doesn't know, Sally Project was it's a CEO and founder from ELF as the first fund, like investment fund managed by women. So it's I mean, if you think about this and just put in context, we're talking about the impact in people, and I'm going to address a little bit more there. But just remember, it's very important. We nothing in the day-to-day activities in your career. I mean, it will happen by yourself. I mean, it's always a connection with the team. It's always a connection with people. So always remember that it's super important to have those great connections and find the right people around you. So if we go to the next slide. So this is a very good article that I pulled from Forbes. And actually I just put the QR code there next to in the right side of the screen. So this will tell you a little bit of why networking is essential for you in your career. And I know, I mean, we can go and start like, oh yeah, because I'm gonna make I'm probably going to know my next boss, or somebody's going to help me to answer things in my interviews. But if you go back to the basics, you're starting your career. What do you need at the beginning? You need people that can see you. Like I remember my boss, one of my first bosses at the beginning. I was always like, no, my philosophy is just work hard, and eventually that will people will see it. And he came back and told me like, hey Oscar, I like your idea of success and hard work, but sometimes you need to start showing your work. So you need to start make sure that you are noticing in front of others, because that's going to open to you new opportunities. So this was very impactful in my career and actually helped me a lot. And that was one of the biggest things I learned at the beginning that helped me to start growing in my career. So the other thing is this type of opportunities. I mean, you never know which people are you gonna touch, or are you gonna connect, or you're gonna target. They might be people that in the future could be even your clients if you have a business, or someone that you need a sponsorship, or someone that can change your life to make things different. So it's important to be always open to that. Have an open mindset. Make sure that you are looking for those opportunities, and that you're trying to intentionally address the networking with other people. So good article. If you can, just take a look there. Yeah, no, you were fine. Let's go to the next slide. So think about networking. don't think about, okay, I need to wait, next year, probably settle a little bit in my role, or even if I'm out, just get graduated from college, just waiting a little bit to get more maturity in the work. No, no, guys, no, that's a big no. Uh, this is great. What you're doing right now, it's great, and attending these type of events, it's great because it's very earlier in your career when you can start networking with people. Because if you think about this, you can get help to set up a goal and start looking for the next steps that you need to build in your career to be successful or build a path. So I put four pillars here that I believe are very important. One is career development. It's important to think about, hey, I'm networking. Let's start with career development. What kind of things do I need to develop in my career? What kind of people can help me to develop my career? So you need to be thoughtful on that and selecting the people that you want. The second is when you start very earlier in your career, you have more years to come. And usually you build a very, very strong relationship with that people. And I can mention to you I go back 11 years ago when I started at Eaton. My first mentor was the plant manager for that site where I used to work. And he's still my mentor right now. But the difference now is that he's not anymore a plant manager. He's now a VP for like the whole Eaton organization in the quality department or function. So you can see that you build a strong relationship, and in the future, it's people that can still helping you to navigate through the career and learn from different aspects of the business. Um, Find mentors. Important. That's important because if you have mentors, you have, some people call this sensei, the master. I mean, your mentor is someone that it will give you or share their knowledge and help you to navigate through your career and give you great feedback. So always try to find one and create advocates. That's another one because they need to believe in your job. They need to believe in you. And most of the times, I will say, the people that it's mentoring you believe in you is the one that will give you the opportunities. So make sure that you think through this. Also, it's super good. I mean, they will give you different perspectives and possible career paths. So sometimes we're like, we have limited view. We're growing. That's natural. It's like when you're a kid, you can see what based on your experiences, what you have been living in the past, maybe things that you see around, but you're limited. You are not still developed, or you still not, with all the experience that an old person or your parents. So this is kind of about like the same. They will give you different perspective and possible career paths that you probably didn't know about it. So be always like conscious about that and ask for it. Then the next one is, be intentionally selecting your network. And that's where, just coming back to my early comment, make sure that you pick the right people. And I like this a lot because some people think that, oh, I'm in the finance organization, so I should have finance mentors or mentors that are in the same field. And I'm like, no, that's okay. You have your mentors in the field. That's great. But you also need to go outside that field and know other people out of that organization that can help you to mentor. And there is a point where you're going to also go to people that's out of the company that you work. And the intention here is to expand your knowledge, but also try to decrease, the bias or level of bias that can happen through some decisions. So be always intentional in selecting the people, selecting the environment, and always remember that the people that you are selecting are the ones you're learning. So take this seriously, because you can take, you cannot give it importance that, well, it's gonna pick here or there. Remember, they are the ones that will be fitting your knowledge and your future. So now, when, let's say, we select the people, how do we do? I mean, how am I going to select them, or what kind of techniques can I use to connect with people? Sometimes it's super hard. So these are a couple of recommendations that I have for you guys. But one is you need to prepare ahead. Like thinking about what kind of topics am I going to address, and think through this. You don't go. You can decide if you go organically or you want to go formal. But uh, what has been working for me in all these years is make this organically. What do I mean with that? So you start a conversation, you talk about yourself a little bit, give some insights. Who's Oscar? But you're always ready to give like the pitch, like, okay, this is Oscar. I've been working with Eaton 11 years, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then some people, I heard this recommendation a lot. You go with a CEO and you want to impress them, or you want to tell them about everything. That's good if you're looking for your next step in your career. But when you're looking for a mentor, my recommendation is ask questions and listen actively, because you're looking for advice. You're not going to tell them that you're the master or the perfect guy or the one that they need right now. No, no, no. You need to go humble, asking questions and listen actively, because that's what it's going to take you to the next level. Their advice is what you're going to take from them. So don't forget that. Ask for help. That's allow it. I mean, some people doesn't want to say, "Hey, I need help. I don't understand this." Actually, that's great, because we want to we want to have like our mentees, when somebody puts you in a situation where you want to have challenges, they know you are not like 100% expert. No one is 100% expert in any topic. So you have probably a lot of experiences, but you're never gonna. There's always something that will surprise you. So it's valid. Ask for help. Take their point of view. Don't just think that you know everything. Um, Expand your online presence. So I do a lot that. Maybe I don't know them. I know they work with me or in the same company. So if I see someone that I'm interested to know in the future, I just start with LinkedIn, and then I meet them and they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember you from LinkedIn." Yeah, and you start a conversation. um, so be conscious of your digital image. Make sure that you have the presence, or so. Always, I learned this when I was back in ENY. People will see you and you will create some perception. So be always conscious about it. It's very important in your career. And lastly, do your research. If you're stepping in a meeting with people high up in the organization, make sure that you know your topics, okay? Because a lot of questions can come in, and you need to be able to talk and be in the conversation. Even if it's just sports, make sure that you have your research well done. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Uh, so I mean, with this being said, I mean, I just want to do very high level summary before we get into the elevator pitch. But it's important, like the networking, that you guys aren't shy, that you guys talk, that you guys look for people that will help you, and that you are intentional picking the people. Okay, make sure you always go with that, and I'm sure that'll be very helpful, and will help you to succeed in your careers. So now getting more into the elevator pitch. If you remember, I mean, when I was talking here in the networking, this is important. Why? Because this is the first thing that you're going to say when you talk to someone that you are trying to impress. Yeah, you want to have a conversation, you want to talk a little bit about yourself, what you do, what do you want to do. So they start thinking about, like, why should I, connect with this guy? Or why should I give them, the opportunity to get into an interview? Why, what's the interesting side of it? So it's something that you need to be working and take seriously. So they know you in a in a very quick time. Um, so your elevator pitch is a way to share your expertise and credentials quickly and effective. That is what I'm telling you. I mean, with people that you don't know. So always when I see this is it's like a sales pitch. When you're selling a product, you're not just imagine somebody comes to you and they start just talking about like everything, don't capture their attention, don't use the right words that will capture you about the product. So probably people doesn't, they're not gonna buy it. They will be like, I don't like it. So this is what you need to be. You need to spend some time and just defining those right things that you're going to talk, and you can use it to create your elevator pitch. Let's go to the next slide. Yep. Okay, how to build it. What three things that are key for me? One thing is you need to define what makes you unique. Everybody has something. You must have one skill that you're good with. So make sure that you know it and that you show it. Okay. The second is uh, what adds value to you? What's making you valuable? Why do I need to talk to you? What's important to you? Because there is always in a relationship, there is always it's kind of like a trade. It's a win-win, right? So yeah, they're gonna mentor you, they're gonna build a relationship with you, they're gonna connect with you, but what am I getting from that relationship? So make sure that you are able to show like the value, even if it's your career or the points that you wanna speak. And the third is your goals. I mean, definitely. You won't believe me, and maybe I don't know. I will probably like to do this question to everyone, and you can type in the chat. But I always ask this question to my mentees: is what's your goal? It's very simple. It sounds like very simple. Like, how do you see yourself, like in things of working environment? Like, how do you see yourself in 10 years? What's like the highest role that you want to have in the organization? And I'll say maybe 90% or 80% of the people that I ask that question doesn't know. They're like, I don't know. I think I might be a manager, or I'll probably go back and change careers. But it's a lot of unknown. And if I remember, I mean, correct, but back in my days, I used to do this. I had this experience where I was looking for a job, and I was saying like I really wanna go and get this controllership role when I'm 30. So I started looking in the website where you see posted like the jobs, and I started looking to the requirements, and that's how I start building my career. And a little bit of luck as well, because I wasn't expecting to start like working in EY, but I remember that was something that captured my attention. And hey, what should I go first? Then what should I go next? And it's funny because in finance you start. Everybody wants to start in a like a very recognized firm as EY, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers. Then after that, you can go in accounting or you can go in other fields. But one of the hardest ones to get in is cost accounting, and that's what I say a little bit of luck, because when I finished my work in EY, I moved to manufacturing, and I was actually interviewing for a different role, and I ended working in cost accounting. And that specific role is the one that I will say was key uh, at the beginning of my career. So start opening more and more doors in the future. But the reason what I'm going here is because at the end is what if you have a goal established, you probably will be able, or you will have an easy way to navigate, through the steps to get into your career. So always think about it when you are developing your pitch. Can we go back one slide? I think, yeah, that the next one, the one with the orange collars. No, Fort. I think you're 14, slide 14. Yeah, thank you. So, what to say? I mean, these are like the things that we can start, thinking about. Okay, when I'm building my pitch, you need to first, try to do it in a short time because you need to capture people quickly. So make sure that you do it in a short time if period. Try to practice, guys. I mean, try to build it that it's you are brief and you're right in the point that you want to tell them, like who I am, what do I do, etc. You need to be persuasive as well. Make sure that you share your skills. That's important. I mean, it's very short, guys, very short. So you need to be identifying what's happening, and that you target the ones that you like. You need to be positive and flexible. So always show that, the side, the positive things, like things that you've been like, need to be like, hey, I was trying to get into this work, but at some point I have to pivot to make it here, So you need to try to figure out like the story that you're gonna tell. So it shows like those moments that you were able to achieve or accomplish uh, your goals. You need to mention your goals. That's important. Always have that in mind. That will talk a lot about you and your vision to the future. Um, it's important to know your audience, and that you speak to them, that you feel comfortable talking to them. So know who is in front of you. That's very important because in that way you can prepare and get ready to share the right message. Um, and have a business card ready or get their LinkedIn. So now I think for you guys, it's getting super easier because you can just go and say like, hey, here's my LinkedIn, let's share, and you add people. But make sure that you are, in the network and that you usually interact with the people through your social media. And last one, please, this is like any sport. I can call it like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Practice, practice, practice. The best are like after practicing, you get better skills. So always remember that nothing of that will be successful if you don't practice. So find someone of your friends, someone you want to talk, and share with them your elevator pitch, and just try to get used to it until you feel comfortable talking about yourself. Things to avoid. Okay, don't speak too fast. So you need to find your tempo, and you don't go too fast because they don't understand what you're saying. You don't go too slow, so you capture their attention. So you need to find that middle point. Avoid rambling. Okay, make sure that you're clear, and this is hard. It probably happens to me at some point, that like trying to build the right speech, the right conversation, trying to make them understand the message quickly. Uh, it makes it harder. So make sure that you define, or you have, if possible, in Britain, like, hey, this is how I want to go through that conversation, so they get the message. Um, that okay. Don't frown or speak in a monotone way. So use your tones. Try to speak up, speak low, depending what you're trying to say. If it's something important, you can just say it. It's important, be expressive. Don't be like, you're just very small, same tone of voice, and it's just that in you can see that in even in TV shows or other places, that when people is talking, it's important to use their tone of your voice so people can see that, oh, it's impressive, wow, that's important. So eh, always remember that. And lastly, I mean, don't just use one. Try to have multiple elevator pitch. You can do one, you can do two, you can do three, depending what's the topic. Sometimes it's going to be about your family, personal life, hobbies, sports, or it's going to be about work. So be always, depending in the conversation. Maybe you go play golf, and the topic is going to be different. You need to target this in a different way. So be always mindful in how you're gonna, or what kind of elevator pitch you're gonna use. Okay. So this is, I know it's too much information in a very, very short um, period of time, but I wanna spend some time um, now with all of you and have some, or a little bit of reflection. If you think about the summary of all this conversation, we talk about one, like elevator pitch, keep it short and sweet. Okay. I told you it has to be like a sales pitch. Make sure that you can deliver your message in 60 seconds or less. Can you do that? I don't know, try it. But always think about, hey, you're selling. You look at that. You're targeting uh, your customers. You're selling your product. The product is you. So think about that. Okay. The second is focus on essentials. Say who you are, what you do, and what you want to achieve. Remember, I told you this, goals. It will make people like curious about, like, oh, this guy know what he wants. So if you have clear goal, that you will be in the other side. Okay, don't forget that. Be positive and persuasive. So it's a short time. Okay, it's a very, very short time. So you need to focus on what you want to do, not the things that you don't want to do. And remember about like being a bit inflexible, so you can show the moments where you were able to pivot, to switch, to do things different that help you. And last thing, last but not least, practice, practice, practice. I will say it again, practice. Okay. So as I was mentioning to you, find one of your friends, try to record it by yourself, so you can make sure that your message is clear. Sometimes it's hard, guys. I will challenge you a little bit. Take your iPhone, just make a recording about yourself, like trying to deliver this elevator pitch. You will see that it's super hard. I mean, I did it. I did it a couple of times because I was trying to work for a video in a session that I was gonna send a quick message about the importance of the, what we call it, Eaton resource groups, but it's just about like the groups that we have to support um, different heritage in the organization, or minority groups. And I was trying to get everything in 60 seconds. It's super hard. It's super hard. So try to do that. Build your elevator pitch. Practice, practice, practice until you get it right, in the right point that you see it and you say, like, I love it. And then after that, go and network and find your mentors that will help you to succeed in your career. Okay. So I think as an individual reflection, um, I will invite everyone to craft the, like, if you have right now, and or you feel comfortable like sharing with us a little bit about your elevator pitch, if you already have it, or if not, at least spend 5 minutes or so having one. And if somebody feels like comfortable doing it, you're more than welcome to share it with us. Uh, so I think, if I'm right, Anna, I think this is the last one. Um,
Yes, and you want to move to breakout rooms?
yes, yes. So I think the teams can start connecting. So let's do this. I'll give you everyone 2 minutes. Can we start counting right now? So 2 minutes just to build your elevator pitch, and then we're gonna do the breakout rooms, so you guys can network together. And please use your elevator pitch to connect with the other people that it's in the room.
Yes.
Does that work?
Yes,
Yep.
that will work. And Anna Patrick will help me to break everybody into the breakout rooms. Thank you, Anna.
Excellent.
Anna? 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 Anna?
The rooms have been assigned, so they're getting moved right now.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent.
Anna, we have still Iliana Cruz.
Ileana, you should have received a message from Zoom asking you to join a room.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome, Oscar. Awesome job, Oscar.
Thank you so much.
No,
Thank
no,
you so
no.
much.
Not saying that like okay, awesome job, Oscar. No, really, really good. We want to prepare these kids to really connect with the people that they meet at the career fair and also the students that will be there. So awesome.
Oh, this is great, and appreciate your invitation. Appreciate having or making this on behalf of all the kids, making these activities and conversations with them. I think as much as we can help, the better. So